Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Now, let's get to the show.
What it do? Episode 128 is coming to you live. Yeah. But first, what a Monday it is. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday, TJ.
Happy Monday, Trey.
Around here. Happy Monday. You know what I'm excited about? I cut the grass earlier. I'm pumped for this post-grass beer right now.
Mine's about to spill everywhere.
Tell the folks at home what we're sipping on this eve.
This is Wiseacre Unicornucopia 2025 edition. Yeah, mine did the same thing. I did it a lot more with a lot more.
No, mine is literally all over me. This is all over the couch. This is awful. TJ, This is really, really bad. I mean, I'm covered. And why was this so shaken up?
Well, if you need a new couch, I know somebody that can help you out.
Oh, goodness gracious, ladies and gentlemen. That was...
I don't know what it was, but mine was very...
I don't even have the tab all the way open. It's still closed. I mean, I'm covered.
Wiseacre Unicornucopia. For those who don't know, Unicornucopia is one that they do every year. It's like a special beer that they do every year. The recipe always changes. Literally over a year ago, I bought the 2024 edition for us to do on the podcast, but it's like a big ass bottle. Like it's like a 22-ounce bottle. And I don't know how to do that on the podcast, right? I don't know how I can bust open this bottle and I guess pour some for Trey in like a growler maybe. And then only one of us actually have the can and the other have the growler to drink from.
TJ, I don't think you understand how much beer there is on me right now.
Well,
I'm gonna have to pause.
Lucky.
We're gonna be right back. We're gonna be right back.
This is unbelievable.
One eternity later.
All right. We're back. Sorry about that. I got a new shirt, new couch, pillow in the wash. Shout out to TJ for trying to power through that. Don't know what happened there. Don't know how I saved the laptop. No beer there. I've got about a half a can left. But we're back in action.
Yeah, that's I was just reading about it. Unicornucopia. They said the 2024 version was highly carbonated. But based off how both of our cans opened, I think we could say the same about the
2025 might have beat the carbonation levels.
Pretty wild stuff.
Given what just transpired. Also remarkable. Not sure how this happened. Thought the couch was toast. Got up. About a quarter size, maybe $50 size drop on the couch. That's it. All of it on my shirt and on the pillow though. I mean, I shredded this pillow. This is all that's left. I took the stuffing out. I don't know what we're going to throw it in the wash. We'll see what happens. But no, shout out to the Unicornucopia. I think we were talking about this before. I don't know that I've had this before. I thought that I had, but
well, they change the recipe every year. That's the thing that's interesting with these.
That's what makes it cool. So at least we know every year we'll have one new local brew we haven't had, right?
Yeah, assuming they keep doing it. I'll let you know. A couple of years ago, I had this, and it tasted, I don't know this for sure, but what I imagine horse urine to taste like. It was awful.
So pretty good. Depending on who you
are.
About
that. Yeah, I mean, somebody out there could be into it. Cincinnati fans, probably.
Big horse urine fans out there in Cincy, huh?
That's what I hear.
Interesting. TJ, we had big news, the biggest over the weekend, which seems strange. The House settlement that we actually talked about last week has finally passed. From an NIL perspective, universities will now be able to directly pay their student athletes. I think they're capping it at what is it, 20 million annually? With obviously, I think that'll probably jump up over the years to come, but
sure,
a cap somewhere around 20 million. It sounds like initial thoughts, Timothy, is this good or bad for the University of Memphis? I know you put some tweets out there.
I don't know. I guess it depends how you want to look at it, right? In the Discord, we were talking about it, and I think what you're going to learn is that, and some people may take this the wrong way, but Memphis is not going to be able to compete with the top dogs. You're just not. And I think anyone that is a Memphis fan probably arguing, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. No, you can't. Stop. You're kind of lying to yourself, right? 20 million is a lot of money.
Top. Yeah.
No, you're in a tier 2 group, and that's okay, right? I don't think that anyone should be concerned by being categorized in a tier 2, right? I mean, if you're in the Discord, you kind of know some of this stuff already, but I think we're going to get into a scenario where schools like I use Kansas State as just a random example, but like a Wake Forest, a Kansas State, an Iowa State, schools that are decent schools, maybe not Wake Forest there too much, but schools that are good sometimes have success, sometimes not so much. They're not going to be able to afford to hang with the big dogs in their conferences, right? You can't expect Wake Forest to hang with Florida State and Miami, Virginia Tech. You can't expect them to hang with that. So I think we're going to get to is a point where these teams are like, hey, I'm bowing out. Like, I understand they get a lot of money from being in the same conference with these schools, but at a certain point, it's going to put so much stress on your revenue, on your athletic department and the revenue streams, and they've got to find ways to cut money to be able to afford this new
20
uptick.
mil. Goodness.
Yeah. Well, the 20 mil thing is interesting. So it's not like a cap. Right? I mean, like, it is a cap, but it's not. How many schools are actually going to be hitting the 20 mil, right? I
don't know. We're talking about right now in the off season, just some basketball rosters being worth 20 million in NIL. So now it's like,
well, that's a little different, NIL versus revenue sharing, right? Revenue sharing is the university coming out of their budget,
right,
to pay you, right. So, I don't know. You're going to get to a point where there's donor fatigue. I think that you can only ask donors to donate so much. Like, here we are as Memphis fans, we're building this whole new stadium. From a donor perspective, we want them to pay and work with our NIL opportunities and the options there, and also, hey, help donate some money, help us build out this new stadium. I'm sure there's a million other things that they're working on campus. I know the South Campus work that they're doing to make like the athletic Olympic Village type of situation. Still getting money for that. So at a certain point, people are going to be tired of donating. They're being drawn thin. These projects take a while to get finished as well. So you're donating a lot of money over time. So I'm curious how this all works out, honestly. I don't think NIL is going away by any means. Definitely not going away. But I'm curious how this will alleviate some of that pure reliance on people donating to NIL budgets and things like that.
Well, I think at least in what I've read about this is kind of putting, and what I think we'll see probably at the university is a lot of these NIL situations will be handled in-house, right? Like, it'll be coming from the university. So the other interesting part of this is what also went through as a part of this house settlement is the contracts now must, any NIL contract that's being signed has to be sent through a clearinghouse that's run by Deloitte. What Deloitte is doing is essentially an audit to make sure that the amount that's been agreed to is the fair market value. And if it's not, then it's going to get denied. And if it is, it'll get passed, obviously. Essentially saying you can't just have some nobody, right, that's going for a crazy amount that's not seen anywhere else in the country by any other university or any other business. The other thing that it's doing is Deloitte has basically told, I think it looks like ACC officials, that 90% of existing NIL contracts that have gone through public companies have been approved, and 70% that have come through booster collectives would have been denied.
Yeah.
So to the point there, it's like this is shifting the focus of what we've seen in Memphis where you're going to have these companies, FedEx, kind of come in and create contracts and NIL opportunities for your student athletes and run it that way, as opposed to big money Joe just coming in and dropping a couple $100,000 to sign somebody.
Yeah. Again, it's not going to kill off NIL. It's not getting away from NIL completely. But I do think you'll see some people shift. Some of the focus will shift over to this revenue sharing model, things like that. And to my knowledge, I think the American is the only conference that has publicly committed to a minimum for revenue sharing. I think it was 10 mil over 3 years, so 3.33 mil a year. I know the Mountain West had talks, and I'm not going to follow it up or ever looked at it again, but I remember there were initially talks that with some of the money they were getting from the buyouts from the teams leaving the Mountain West, they were taking some of that money and they were putting it aside and making that basically a revenue sharing pool. And they're going to take some of that money and basically set it aside. I don't know how much it was or if they ever end up doing it, but they were going to set aside some allotted amount of money for revenue sharing for Mountain West. So it could be interesting to see how it works out.
With the AAC requiring that 10 over 3, so 3.33, what do you think Memphis just hovers right around that? Or do you think we go well above that?
What is well above that, right?
I don't know.
I mean,
3 times that. 30 over 10 years. 30 over 3 years.
I was like, whoa. No, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think. Are you talking about like Memphis as a whole, as a school, or just like a football, a specific sport?
No, just like, what are we going to revenue share through the university? I mean, I'm assuming that the FedEx deal has to go through the school, so you're at least looking at 5 a year for the next 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So that's at least, that's a little over $1.5 million more than the conference minimum. You think we get any more? We get any big businesses coming in? We get these Toyota dealers of Memphis in there, IP, AutoZone.
IP doesn't do anything. IP doesn't donate to Memphis. Not that I'm aware of, at least.
Cry like. Why don't we get some Brennan Lewis on some for sale signs out there?
What happened to Lowe's? Isn't the CEO of Lowe's a U of M grad? I know he donated money to Lemoyne Owen at one point.
I have no idea. I don't even know who the CEO of Lowe's is.
Yeah, dude. Marvin Ellison. This is him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Memphian. At least went to Memphis.
Don't you
at some
lie
point.
to me.
No, I'm pretty sure of it. Like 99.9. Let me pull this up.
Wow. Yes. Earned a bachelor's of business administration from the University of Memphis, where he serves on the board of trustees, and he holds an MBA from Emory University. Yeah, he also serves on the board of directors for the FedEx Corporation. Shout out to Marvin.
Yeah, well, shout out to him, but like, where the money at?
Hey,
I'll be real honest. We don't have to make people donate to Memphis just because they went here. I think we need to normalize that, but also give us some money.
When did he get named CEO of Lowe's?
Not that long ago.
15 years at Target.
Man, look at that, bouncing around.
And he was
I don't know.
The Home Depot.
Oh, that's weird. I don't actually know when he became CEO of Lowe's. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't that long ago, though, relatively.
Well, give him some time. I might get Lowe's out there. Get a Lowe's patch on the jersey.
Well, I think he's doing all right financially. So you don't have to, Marvin, but if you want to donate money, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast.
Most importantly, if you're listening, and we know that you are, let's get up in this revenue share. Throw a contract through the Deloitte clearinghouse. Let's get it approved for Dane. Let's get Dane Danger.
That'd be nice. Give me
what's Lowe's. What's Lowe's motto? It's not "Let's build something," isn't that Home Depot?
I don't know. I'm a Home Depot guy because there's one right.
Do it right for less. No, we don't want to do it for less. In the NIL world, you want to do it for more. Do it right for more, Marvin.
Seems like do it right for less seems right down the alley of Orion Silverfield.
I don't. Yeah, that does. That does. You're right. Do it right for nothing. Just do it right because it's right. Would be that slogan.
I don't know.
All right.
The revenue sharing thing is going to be interesting. We'll see how it plays out. I do think eventually we get into a point where you do have some teams that are middle of the road and maybe these Power 5 conferences that they can't hang with the other schools, right? They just don't have that kind of money lying around. They can't spare that extra change, and they're going to end up dropping out of those conferences.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if some of those
two.
larger conferences end up implementing some sort of revenue share minimum, right? Like the AAC did. So, we'll see how it works out, but it's about to be a whole new world. Pay for play is real, and it's here.
Great song.
Catherine's been obsessed with Aladdin lately.
It's a good one. It is a good one.
TJ, I don't know if you saw this today. Do you have alerts on? I don't think you probably don't subscribe to the Commercial Appeal. I don't.
Sorry.
But it was also mentioned to me, I believe it was Benjamin Fishman that said it. Was there a super secret, top secret scheduling update that went out accidentally today? Did you see this?
I did not. The last thing I saw was the Utah State game.
Yeah, so we added Utah State, which is nice. People were wanting a mid-Feb, middle of the conference season, good marquee game, and I think that's one. They've been a tournament team the last several years. It's not a bad,
It's not a bad ad. But
I mean,
people
it's
act
not
like we were adding,
right.
We were adding North Carolina mid-season.
It's not your Gonzaga that we had in February or when we played Tennessee in February, but it's not. I mean, at least it does break up the conference slate, and you're getting an NCAA caliber team. So I don't hate it at all. But I will say, isn't this another freaking road game? Isn't the first one?
I have no clue what we're talking about.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're still talking about Utah State. Yes.
Yeah, I'm talking about Utah State. I think it's
in Logan first, I believe.
I don't know that we play a single home out of conference game next year.
No, I think the first game is in Logan.
Yeah, it's in Logan. The super secret one, TJ, the Commercial Appeal sent out an alert that had it essentially announced Memphis and Baylor for next year. But I think in parentheses, it had some text that said, "Do not publish." So don't know if that's something they're sitting on that's going to be announced. I don't know. Maybe it was announced today, but they sent it out today, Monday. So maybe something to keep an eye on. We might be getting Baylor out of the scheduling. It might be a home game, considering every other one's been an away game so far.
I mean, give me that.
That would be pretty big. That'd be a pretty big get.
They've been pretty good at the basketball lately.
Last time we played Baylor was in. Is this right? 2014. I feel like that was in a preseason tournament when we had Pookie Powell.
Shout out.
Oh yeah, November 27th, 2014. We lost 71-47.
So it's close.
Gross. I think it was actually close at half, and then we got literally destroyed. Here, I'm pulling up the box score.
I wonder when this news broke.
We were up.
Came out.
We were up 3 at the half, 32-29 over Baylor, and then Timothy. We scored 15 second half points to their 42. Goodness gracious! That was Austin Nichols, Avery Woodson, Markel Crawford, Nick King, Deshaun Burrell, Pookie Powell. I told you, Shaq Goodwin, Chris Hawkins, and Calvin Godfrey.
Shout out. Chris Hawkins should have played on the football team. Not sure why we never got that one.
He was a stocky dude, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah. He's
6'6", 240.
Real thick.
Yeah.
Big kid.
Out of Sun Prairie. Anyways, so something to keep an eye on. Don't know if it's for sure. Don't know if it's right. Don't know if it's accurate. But could have been a real oopsie there by the Commercial Appeal putting that out.
I know.
It says do not publish. Maybe they were just testing something and put some false text in there. If so, the intern needs to be fired. We got summer interns. Yeah. Go ahead and let them go. Or her. Whoever it may be.
Do you think Hawkins was like, when that news broke?
No,
You think
because
he's
he's
kinda-
not with the commercial appeal, so he was probably
I
like,
know.
oh, yeah, they just –
It's just the fact that Memphis and Scott Drew are going to be in the same conversation again.
oh,
He's like resurfacing all of that again.
goodness. Thanks a lot, Jeff, for that. We could have a national title right now if it wasn't for him. We could.
I mean, can't say it's not right. Can't say you're wrong.
Yeah. You can't say I'm wrong. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, Timothy, the NCAA 26 trailer dropped, and we're having a Tiger takeover in 2026.
Wow.
We're really moving along. We'll be right back.
We can't have nice things, Uncle Buck. We're not allowed. There we go for thinking that in the middle of the summer I can have, for in the middle of June, I can turn off the Grizzlies PR notifications because it was announced that Zach Edey re-injured his left ankle and he's going to have surgery.
Humans
you
are
put it
not
very,
supposed
yeah.
to be that big.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, it just is what it is.
But the question I have for you is who's the Grizzlies starting center at day one? Who starts for this team center day one?
Brandon
Is he on the
Clark's not
roster
gonna be
right
ready
now?
for the start of the season either, is he?
Who?
Brandon Clark.
No, I mean I could be wrong. I don't want to.
If we assume Brandon Clark's, the chat can help me. Hell, Rusty corrected us. He said he should be
fall
ready
camp.
for fall camp. So,
Okay.
all right, there's your starting center.
That's
That's my vote. BC and Jaron always play good together. He's a vet. I love Brandon Clark. That's my vote.
Tune in to The Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
TJ, we had the NCAA Football 26 trailer drop. I know you're not excited because your Xbox hadn't been working with the 25 version, but your University of Memphis Tigers had a cameo in it, holding up.
I'm watching it right now. I don't see them.
It's at the very end. Keep watching.
Oh,
Have you not seen this yet?
No, I'm not.
And you don't look away or blink because it is very fast.
Oh, were they just holding up a helmet?
No.
Or holding up a trophy?
Yep. Holding up the Battle of the Bones at
Man, you ain't lying. That is
Jacob Stadium. It
Man.
is, yes. It took me multiple tries to get the screenshot because it was so fast. But hey, it was good to be included.
Yeah, it could have been UAB, you know.
Shout out to, I know they had us winning it too, and holding the 95 pound trophy up.
Nailed
One
it.
man. You got it?
Yep. I can't see who is doing it, but someone's holding it up.
there's no way to figure out who it was, but they gave us a little bit of love. Speaking of NCAA 26 and tying back to NIL, did you also see this other announcement that was made?
There was something about the more you play, something happens. I didn't follow it.
The more a team is used in the game, the more payment those players will receive.
Interesting.
From being in the game. So we need to just load up everybody as much as possible and just get online every day and play with the University of Memphis. We'll help the football
Shout
team.
out shout out to Akron or something. You know, I think that's who it's going to be. No one wants to play as
No, there
Alabama
was
and
somebody.
Georgia.
Yeah,
That's
somebody.
lame.
Somebody was out there on the Twitter. Perfect. Example of this, it said, if we all just get together, we band together, and literally everybody starts a dynasty with Kent State, we'll turn them into the next Bama.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, Kent
And I
State,
think
Akron, any of those random ass.
people are jumping all over it. It's going to happen. Somebody, Barstool's going to promote some team. Everybody's going to start playing with them, and they're going to get just bukus of money for those kids.
Yeah,
It
it's
probably
going
won't
one
be
of
that
those
much, but
random Ohio colleges that are out
Yeah.
there that, I mean, where is Bowling Green, Ohio too?
no, they're Kentucky,
Well,
right?
well, there's a Bowling Green, Kentucky. I know that. For some reason, I was thinking
Bowling Green
that,
State. No, you're right. They're in Bowling Green, Ohio. Well done,
see
lad.
that? There was. I know
But
there's
do you
Bowling
know
Green,
what-
Kentucky.
Do you know what their mascot is? The Bowling Green what?
Falcons. Falcons.
Yes, TJ.
Really good at this.
Anytime anybody mentions Bowling Green, I think of that freaking flea flicker that we ran with Paxton there, and that just back and forth thriller that we played when we went to Bowling Green in like 2015, was it?
16?
2016?
I don't know. 15 or 16,
game,
one of
though.
the two.
Fun game. There was also another video I saw from a streamer that it was basically tweeting out like, hey, here's gameplay, a quick clip of gameplay, game physics from the from NCAA 26, and the matchup, funny enough, was in Simmons Bank, and it was UCLA versus Memphis. The downside of that video was we missed about 5 tackles on the play, which resulted in, I think, like a 43-yard rushing gain. So
That sounds about right.
the game looked good. We, however, in the short clip, didn't look great.
Do you think they're going to have the stadium update in there?
I don't know. In the clip that they showed, it did not look like it was even under construction, or I think what they did with
could you
Vandy last
tell?
year, because it was in the Liberty Bowl. I'll send it to you.
No.
Did you not see this?
Oh,
clip?
no, I haven't seen any of the clips. I knew the Battle of the Bones thing because I just saw it.
Oh, well, I'll send it to you. It does not look like they've updated
I
the
thought
stadium,
you-
but I'm going to be honest with you. We've talked about this before. That's probably a university thing. You know, if the university's not giving them the actual, hey, this is what the stadium is going to look like, finalized drawings, EA's not going to put it in the game. They're not going to like guess, right? So they're just going to go with what they have, which is going to be the old. So to me, I don't think it's necessarily EA. I think it's probably something with the school, not.
I'd say it was weird.
Not Sun.
Was last year how the media reached out to the university and said, hey, the game's dropping, you know, what are you handing to the game? What are you giving to EA Sports as like your file packet? And they were like, yeah, we're not saying anything. They just didn't get out any information on it. I always thought that was weird.
TJ, I have bad news. The video has been taken off of Twitter due to copyright issues. So
Yeah,
sorry.
that happens. I'll see if I can
Never
Google
mind.
it on the interwebs. See if I
It's
can
probably out there somewhere, but it is not in the link that I was going to share with you. So there's that.
Are you buying this game?
Oh, yeah, I will. I definitely will. I have to. It's just like something I do every year. I mean, except for that 12-year period where we didn't have it. But I'm also on team, like, I don't think they need to release a brand new one every year, right?
Every
Like,
year, yeah.
Let's
Just
get
like
on
a
like
jersey
a
update.
Let's get on like
packet.
a 3-year, maybe a 3-year cadence between games, and just give us roster, give us team updates, give us jersey updates, tweaks here and there. You know, that's the way of games now, right? You got Fortnite and all those games. They just release new seasons. There's no need to release a brand new titled game every single season. Just give us one every couple of years and make updates throughout the years that there's not a brand new titled game.
Well, here's
But
the
yes,
thing.
saying all that, I'm going to buy it. So
Yeah, I was like, here's the thing. You say that, but you just told me you're going to buy the new game. So why would they
I know.
Why would they miss out on that, you know?
I don't know. I mean, but they could also do it where it's like I mean, I'm also thinking of this. I mean, for you too, like you give your development team a little bit more runway to put out a better product, right? Than trying to squeeze out. But even if you did a roster update or uniform updates, you could still charge charge some kind of upgrade fee,
$20,
$10, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Or if you want the jerseys, it's $5, and people will still do that. And you're still making money over this season, whatever. But you're probably right. I mean, as long as people keep buying a brand new titled game every single year, they're going to keep releasing a brand new titled game. So
Look, I just want one
There's
that
that.
works. I don't know if
I
it was just
know.
a me thing or
Hopefully-
what.
I mean, hopefully, TJ, yours will work this year. If not, I don't know. Maybe Kenny can throw in some sort of donation link into our show. We could get a GoFundMe going for you to get another system so that it works.
So frustrating.
I don't know when the last time you tried to play it was, but I know that it didn't. It was still freezing on you. And for that, I am sorry, because I can't imagine how frustrating that is.
And I sent so many emails to EA, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know what to say." And those
It's also only that game, right?
Yeah.
Every other game works. That is,
Every other game works.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
But I have a
staying in
sickness like you, so I'll probably buy it.
yeah, you said the other day you weren't getting it, and I thought
know.
that was shocking.
It's a sickness.
I'm glad.
It
I'm
is.
glad you're admitting that you will be there and you will be purchasing. I wish they would do like a midnight release and we had to go to a GameStop because that would be cool.
Well, yeah. The GameStop by me, I swear to you, this GameStop by me has a car driving through the front windshield of like the front of glass of it every week.
You're talking about the one that's on Park over there?
Yes, it gets.
How does that keep happening? Oh,
it's
just broken into.
Well, I don't know if someone the whole front end is plywood currently because someone drove their car through the front and broke in and stole a bunch of stuff. It is every month at least.
Why is that your plan of attack? Just to drive the vehicle through? Like, why not just, I don't know, pull a Home Alone and throw a brick through the window? Why do you drive your car through? Does that not like disable the vehicle?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a big guy, so I'm gonna need more room than a brick. I need more room than a brick. So if you drive a whole car through, I could probably walk right in.
Not,
you know what I mean?
dude. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the floor to ceiling windows.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
that
not making just a
car
hole. I
through
mean,
the
that thing's
front.
shattering. The whole thing's coming down.
I don't
I'm
know.
just
that a car
saying,
went
you're
through it.
risking your getaway by driving a car through a building.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Staying
Staying on the
all the
2026 theme, TJ, have you taken a look at the Tiger Takeover 2026 edition?
Not holistically. I know a couple of the top names on the list.
We've been on the low getting some real decent commitments here recently. I don't know if you've looked at rivals, but we are currently 41st in the nation with 13 commitments.
Yeah, that's probably why.
And they're all 3-star, all higher end 3-star. They've all had, not all of them, but several of them have had big Power 5 offers. We got a commitment from, where is he? Let me get that. Lakel McGowan
Harvey
the other day. Who? Maybe
Go ahead.
It was.
Do your thing. No, do your thing. There's been a lot of
it was
recently.
Evan
Harvey.
Sorry, you're right. It was Evan Harvey.
Yeah.
I mean, my guy had Miami, Louisville, Georgia Tech, State, Tennessee, West Virginia, Pitt,
Penn State. Keep going.
Kentucky, Wisconsin, Maryland, visited Georgia, visited Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Indiana, who just went to the playoff. The 40th edge rusher, defensive end in the class of 26, just committed from Tyrone, Georgia. Now I know that it's also like,
we do this.
What are we at? We're at June the 9th. How many of these kids are going to stay committed? I don't know, but right now it's looking real pretty. If you haven't looked at this, TJ, there are some notable Power 5 schools that are behind us in the rankings. One who is absolutely a blue bud, who is 4 spots behind us. Do you know who that is? Take a guess at who is 4 spots behind us in the Rivals team rankings right now. Monday, June the 9th at 10:15 p.m.
If you're saying they're a blue blood, is that like historically a blue blood?
Yes. I mean,
Or-
historically, in the last 10 years, however you want to look at it. You think college football, this is one of the first 5 teams that anybody would mention.
Oregon.
It's nope. It was on the
Hmm.
tip of your tongue. I feel like. Get one more guess.
Well, you say blue bloods, you say the top 5 teams I'm
Yeah.
going to name. I'm going to name SEC teams. I'm going to name
Okay.
top 2 teams from all the conferences. But
Okay. One more guess.
Alabama makes sense because
Yes,
the board
it is.
sucks
It is
and no
Alabama.
one likes them.
We
Yeah.
are 4 spots ahead. Now, granted, they only have 6 commitments.
Yeah.
Looks like all 6 of them are 4 stars. So, and they're
6
going to jump
players,
up.
all 5 stars. Yeah.
But anyway, we're right in front of Wisconsin, Purdue, Florida, Mississippi State, Michigan State, Baylor.
But how many of those schools that you're naming, any of these Power 5 schools, how many of them have close to, what would you say, 13?
The number of commitments we have.
Yeah.
Wisconsin has 11.
Okay. I mean,
Purdue has 11. State has 10. Mississippi State has 10. Boise State's 10 spots behind us. They got 12. I mean, it's not terrible.
No. I mean, there's definitely some talented guys here. Evan Harvey was the one. I think it was yesterday. He committed. I mean, he's obviously off the charts not off the charts. He's obviously very talented. For him to commit to Memphis is a big deal, right? The weird
Absolutely.
ones are the quarterback back in January or whenever it was.
Yeah, and I think he visited. I just saw
Pretty
it was
highly rated too.
Yeah, I think he just visited Tulane, and then he's got a goodness, what is his name? Gavin Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just visited. Oh, maybe not. Was that somebody else? Interesting.
Maybe.
He just visited, or he's visiting here on the 13th.
Yeah.
I promise I looked at that earlier, and it said he just visited Tulane.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of names on here. The Zechariah Jenkins from Laurel, Mississippi. That guy's got some good offers. The 6'2" wide receiver. I mean, let's pull this up. Arkansas offered, State, Missouri, Oregon State, Pitt. I mean, these are popular names, right? These are Power 5 teams, Tulane's in there. So you're right on par with where you're at. Ole Miss hasn't offered, which I think is a little interesting, but that may say a little bit more about the recruiting in the state of Mississippi just right now. But I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see how it works out. But I mean, you and I have talked about this before. Memphis has always had the ability to sign these guys super early on. They just don't stick around, right?
Yeah.
Who was the guy that would play linebacker at Alabama or Tennessee, wherever he went?
Yeah, he ended up at Tennessee. I think he was a starter for them too. Maybe he might have been their leading tackler last year.
I was have to look that up.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was like a running back linebacker.
Yeah,
in high school, and then went on to. I'm pretty sure
Aaron Carter.
Tennessee. Yep, Arian Carter. Yeah,
Arian Carter. Wow, he's already a junior.
Yeah, 68. Yeah, 68 tackles, 7 for a loss, 1 interception. No, look at that. Their leading tackler.
That is who I'm
Once a
thinking
Tiger.
of, right?
Yeah, no, it was Arian Carter. You're correct. Yep.
I thought was there another one?
I mean, there's one every year. It feels like every year we have this one guy where the Tigers have jumped on.
I know, but I
super
thought
early.
there was one that was a freshman last year. Arian was like 2 years ago. Was there a linebacker that decommitted and went to Tennessee last year? Or was it Bama?
Was that well, Arian Carter had the Alabama offer, but there may be another one. That's the one who I was thinking of. So it's one of those things. Like, again, Memphis, they jump on these guys super early, players commit, and then the big schools start offering. Now, how does that change with the
Or you get them end of junior
scholarship?
year. You get them end of junior year to commit, and then they come out They go to some camps over the summer. They start having a hell of a senior year, and then by signing day, somebody's jumped in last minute because somebody flipped somewhere, and a Tennessee comes calling and says, "We got McDonald's bags." You know, so but hey, right now we're
Take
in a good
your wins
spot.
where you can get them.
We're in a damn good spot with Tiger Takeover 26. Feel like we need a better slogan. I don't know if that's the official one, but I was looking on Twitter and that was what was popping up was Tiger Takeover 26. I'm just saying, if you're out there and you're listening, let's get the creative juices flowing. Maybe have a brainstorming session. I'd be happy we could set one up. Tiger Takeover 26, just saying it for me right now.
Well, you got to have some type of alliteration. I feel like they do that every time. Some type of tiger themed thing, right? I mean,
you got to get some llama llama red pajama in there going. You know what I mean?
Llama red pajama reads a story with a mama. Well, what are you gonna say though? Because all the ones you can think of are like cheesy, like almost like dad jokes.
It doesn't matter if
like
it's
that.
cheesy.
Well, I mean, it ain't gonna be that cool to 18-year-old kids.
I mean, Look Alive 25 was real good. That's cheesy.
Well,
Unicornucopia 26.
What was the cereal? They're great. What was that guy?
Frosted Flakes? Are you serious?
Yeah. Tiger tested. What did they say? Oh, man, what was it?
I have no
Frosted
idea what you're
Flakes.
talking about outside of they're great. Where is this going?
The Frosted Flakes slogan.
Are you about to say Tiger tested 26?
Tiger tested, mother approved. What was it? It's not Tiger tested.
Kid tested, mother approved.
Kid tested, mother approved. Yeah, dude.
Tiger tested. Frosted Flakes though?
Memphis approved. I don't know. I put it with.
I'm looking it up. No, that was Kicks.
Damn.
Wow, I have not thought about Kicks. We're gonna get hammered in the comments for talking about stuff that's so random, like we did last week. But yeah, man, Kicks. Can you even buy Kicks anymore?
Save it for the Pop Tart Players podcast where we review all the Pop Tarts.
Dude, when is the last time you thought about you can actually still get Kicks?
I don't know. Haven't had cereal other than like a Honey Nut Cheerio.
Mm-hmm. That's heart healthy right there.
Well,
heart healthy, 35 and over. All right, let's get in this Unicornucopia 25. TJ, this can right off the bat is money.
It is pretty cool. I don't think I understand what's going on, but shut up.
You got the unicorn, mystical. You got the two-tone. I'm digging it. I love the colors. I love the unicorn. I love the font on here. I'm going fairly high. I mean, this is like a 8-1 can for me.
Wow. That is pretty high.
On the beer, I wish I could give it a rating, but I mean, I spilled all of it on myself and the pillow, so I don't feel like I gave it a fair shot, so I'm going to let you go ahead. You go ahead with your can score.
You gave it an 8-1.
Yeah, I like. I don't know why, but I like this can a lot. I think it's the two-tone split that's doing it for me. I don't know why I like that so much, but I like it.
Well, the two-tone split and they carry the blue over. I do like that.
Yeah,
I just don't get the actual situation on what the hell's going on here personally.
I don't either, but this can is for me.
We've seen them do this before. This checkered pattern. It's usually what they do with like Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Well, this is a Festbier.
Yeah. Here's the redot on it. We got where to go? We got a hold of a bunch of Chardonnay barrels, filled them with Festbier,
Chardonnay,
and then aged them. That's what it says.
I did not even know Chardonnay was a barreled.
Wow. Get cultured, Trey.
Wow.
And then aged them in our cave over the winter. What resulted is a lovely balance of malt, fruity white wine, zippy lemon, toasty oak, and crispy cracker. Round mouthfeel and subtle grape notes accentuate the finish.
Interesting.
I don't think I got any of that. I'll be real honest with you. This just tastes like beer. Much better than the one I had previously.
It is good. I do agree with that. It's a good lager.
I was worried about the barrel age because Trey and I once had a barrel aged beer.
It was not my cup of tea.
barrel
And
aged in like a bourbon barrel.
I like whiskey, but it was a bourbon barrel aged, and it just I don't know. Beer and whiskey I don't think need to be mixed, to be honest.
You could light the burps on fire. It was outrageous.
It-
Decent
yeah.
can. I like the can. I'm not going to go 8-1. I think that's crazy, but
Maybe it is a little crazy.
I don't want to be too harsh on it. I'll say like 6-9, 7, maybe a
Ooh.
7.
6-9 for
a 7.
June the 9th. Look at you, baby. Full 7. You bumped it all the way up. I like the 6-9. Stick with the 6-9. It's a good date and a good day. 6-9, Monday, June the 9th. Happy Monday, guys. I liked this beer, even though most of it is
You're wearing
most of it.
Yeah.
It was good. I would definitely scoop this up again. I can't compare it to your previous Unicornucopia because I thought that I'd had this before, but I think I was just thinking of the one that you purchased last year for us to, and we intended to share and then never did it because it was just a large 24-ounce bottle. But for being my first Unicornucopia, I did enjoy it. I would drink it again. I do like this German lager. The crushability's there. I would have back-to-backs probably, I think. If I had another one, I'd probably go get it, but I only had one. Like a 7-9 for me. This was good. I enjoyed it. What I had of
It dramatically better than the Unicornucopia I had in like 2023, the horse urine one.
Now
Maybe
I
it's
gotta look up
2022. I don't
what
remember.
that was.
One of them, it was maybe like I could have sworn it was made with like some aromatics and I want to say wine, but not champagne or something. My mouth went numb on the first sip, and like I had to look at my wife and be like, I don't know what to do without being disrespectful at this point in time because I can't drink this.
The
So I just plugged my nose
2022
and drank.
version was a tequila and rum bourbon barrel.
Look at 23 then. I don't know if you'll even find it. I'm pretty sure I'll have to ask Alicia. She may remember. It was not good.
Do you happen to
I do think
remember what the can looked like?
No, because I got it on tap at the tap room. I will say I'll put this in the 7s. I think this was good enough that I would have 2 of them. It is a little malty for me, but I still would drink multiple of them. I mean, I don't think it's malty enough to bother me. It's like a 7.2.
Okay.
7.2. Pretty good for me.
That's not bad. That's decent. I can't find the beer. I found the 23 version, but there's no write-up on it. It just says herbal and gone. Like they don't make it anymore.
Yeah, it was that one. I said
Was it?
aromatic or herbal. Yeah, it has to be that one, dude. It was not good.
Well, they've taken the description of it down and just says this beer is no longer being produced by the brewery. So
That's a blessing.
maybe it
All respect to the good folks at
and
Wiseacre.
it has 152 ratings and it's got a 2.7 out of 5. So
Where are you seeing that at?
on Untapped.
No. Here, let's see. Let me try something real quick.
Whereas last year had a 3.72.
I'm gonna wake my wife up real quickly.
What's up?
Hey, do you remember that Unicornucopia beer we had at Wiseacre a couple years ago? Do you remember that one?
Uh-huh.
What did it taste like? Trey, can you hear her?
Yeah. Crystal clear.
Oh gosh.
Welcome to Tigers Untapped.
Cat pee.
Cat
I don't
pee.
know.
That is 2 urine comparisons.
Something really atrocious.
I
Without you
said
guys.
horse urine. So for you to come out and say cat urine, it
Sounds
seems
pretty funny.
there's
Wow.
consistency here. Yeah, cat urine and horse urine. So
Well, probably a good thing they're
It
not
was not
they're
good.
not canning that anymore.
yeah. Well, we just had the 2025 version and it was much better. So you can go back to bed now. So thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye. I love you.
Ooh. All right. And we love you guys for listening. So
Cat urine and horse urine. I'm not crazy.
go grab a Unicornucopia 25. make sure it's cold and come back next week for our hot takes. We're out. Peace. If you get the 25, make sure you slow open it because it'll spill all over you later.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page.